Hello everyone, Ironflyx here and welcome to another episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. In this episode we're going to continue our main quest. In the previous quest we found out who is one of the responsible for the mass murderings in the village that we were before in a previous mission, and we need to find some guy that has a limp, and we found out that he's somewhere near here. So it's called Lubosh, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. And one of the things I want to do next is to upgrade my horse or get better horse. I don't know. Maybe I can like make this horse be better. I don't know. But I think the story is now gonna get more and more interesting since we are getting involved in the. Whoa. Okay, what's happening here? Are they in front of this guy's house? I believe so.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here. That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
At the keys of St. Peter. This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say you had a limp?
Shit. Allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Good God, what the hell?
Sakra.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any clique or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or...
Okay, so we should not miss any detail of this because I think there's gonna be a point where we need to tell the story and we need to choose which and what happened actually, like previously.
Good God! What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you. but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest.
There we go,
I
the
never
priest.
saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Okay, talk with the priest. There we go. But
Do you know
maybe
what
there's
Lubosh
something
was
else.
doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As
Hmm?
far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Okay,
That's all.
not fun guy.
Take care.
There's somebody else. Archery master.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happened.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all.
Oh, he was a
Take care now.
really fun guy to be around. Yeah,
Good
talk
day to
with
you.
this guy.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush.
Of course, ask away.
Okay, let's see.
That man Lubosh who was murdered,
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that.
have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it,
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
not a clue.
Do you know anyone?
He was alone.
Okay, so I
That's
guess that's all. There's nobody else. Who's this guy?
My respects to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of...
I don't know anything about it, but ask all you want.
That man
Okay.
Lubosh who was murdered.
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Come to think of it, he was in church here. I was wondering what he was up to.
Okay, so he was in the church.
That's
Let's
all.
go to the church then.
Take care now.
God be...
Another...
What about this guy? Yeah, talk with this guy. Okay, let's go to the church. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Maybe I can go inside. Can I go inside? Yeah, I can. Close it. There we go. Okay, good God.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day. What's this? Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Is there anything around here? Rob, really? We'll rob him, you know. Why not? Good God, I'm stealing from that guy. Okay, what about here? There's nothing really. Just that.
Judas. Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Good God. God bless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, I'm leaving the play. Oh, sorry. The other way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the village now and talk with the priest. I don't know if there I can speak with somebody else. But like nobody from there told me anything. Let me see if I can ask this guy.
God! God be with you.
I've spoken with this guy.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can speak with these people.
Good day to
Okay,
sir.
that's all.
Take care now.
What about the lady?
Is someone...
Is someone there?
God,
I've come in.
ask all you...
Who's there?
Who was this Lubosh who was with?
Those that live by the sword died.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Everything about him was suspicious.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
How would I know?
Do you know who?
I don't know.
Do you know? That's all.
Okay, so I need to go to the ale house. Especially, like he says, he was there for a long time. So, where's the ale? Okay, so that's the ale right in front.
Few stable boys when they're standing in the middle of a bloodbath.
That's dreadful.
Good day to you.
I've come in. That's all.
Okay, so he's one of the people. What about the innkeeper? I think I've spoken with the innkeeper about him.
Good day to you.
I've come.
I don't know.
Do you know what Lu?
I was coming from the tavern very late that he looked like he was in a hurry.
Do you know anyone?
Yeah.
Not with anyone from the village. He used to...
That's all.
Take care now.
God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
Coming right on.
Jesus Christ.
I've come in the name.
I don't know how I can help.
Okay, so I've spoken with her
The
also.
Lord watch over you.
Is there anybody else I can talk with? Spoken with her.
God bless.
Okay, so let's talk with the priest then.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can speak with the trader.
Good day to you.
I've spoken with him also. God, is that the church? Yeah, that's the church there. Let's go there. Oh, is this the priest? Oh, it's the priest. I can't speak with him. Why? Oh, okay.
The blessings of... Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's the
didn't work.
cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believe the sanctity of the
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhoff raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening.
All right. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
I see you know how to wield a sword. I wouldn't have expected that.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. A reminder of my... Take care now.
Okay, so now I need to go to the tavern and wait until it goes dark. Hey, doggy. There's no water here, really.
That sounded like. Good morning. May the Lord watch over you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I think I've spoken with everybody, so...
What's that?
What's that?
It's me running. What's that? What's that? That's me. Oh, there's the tavern. I'm like, where's the tavern? Okay. Oh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's wait.
As you wish.
I need to eat. There we go. So we're not hungry. Oh, come on, load. Oh, don't crash. Why does it take so long? Okay, finally. Hello.
One beer for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment?
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our loot...
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force.
My pleasure.
These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
I'll bring it right away.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them.
This is
They
more like a
gamble at
tanter.
dice and dress their whores in expensive fur, while
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head.
There we go.
Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles
They
them.
get this
I
guy.
drink with them and curse those stuffed habits
Oh,
in
God.
Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons.
What do the common folk?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at...
Nonsense.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you
Okay.
suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Oh, God. Okay, that's...
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let's drink it. Oh, God. New level of drinking. Okay.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do mnie no i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat.
We have the meat, we have the booze.
Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejmě i kůži, a je to jedno, a tak si dáme jedno, a požadem si ubí jako poslední den. Buďme s vámi, ano ráda slávy, a tak vypal sudny a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh, what's gonna happen now?
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up. Come on then, fella.
Oh, this guy.
Bring it on. Go down.
Oh, this guy's blocking, but... Whoa! Nice.
Come here, lily liver.
Oh, nice. He's done. Who else? Doll priest. I'll help you. Oh god, the... Oh god, what's happening here?
I'd love to. And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself. Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Oh my
This
god.
is wonderful.
Oh god. Oh man.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. You say, Henry.
Goddamn boy.
A ride of our own.
Oh Henry, my boy, you got lucky. Okay. Oh, he's still drunk. Oh god, they're still drunk. Oh god.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless.
Oh.
How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Okay, reach new level of drinking.
So all at once, the confession.
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away.
Not if you make a...
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine
Oh,
then.
God.
We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Okay. I need to do a save. Okay. Can I eat something first? Is there something to eat?
Hey.
No, eat from the pot, dude. Okay. He's drunk as hell. Skills drinking. I'm beer guy. There you go. Yes, I guess I'll just follow him. Although I don't remember anything, like the whole part, so hopefully. Well, I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh God. Okay.
I thought he'd never show up. The swimp.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait. Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas.
Oh God.
Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke.
I wonder what Teresa's doing now. I could stop by and see her again. I enjoyed it last
He's thinking
time.
about Teresa now. Oh god. What should I choose first? Okay, 767.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Not member of God. Command to check. Let's go with this one. God, stand ahead of the church.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
I'll try harshly.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is
success
poisoning
again.
almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
Talk about sin for syndication, talk about darkness.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Let's go harshly.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Criticize the bossing priests, including Goodwin, but stand with Goodwin. Try some quote to conclude. Stand up bit for Goodman. Let's see.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all
succeed?
I heard in Prague.
Let's see.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
Oh, we succeeded.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Okay, so we found another lead, and this is gonna be everything for this episode. Thanks for watching. We're gonna continue with the quest in the next episode, and hopefully maybe it's gonna be even better one. This one was hilarious, and this one is actually far away. Track down Riki. Okay, so we're gonna continue the next episode, and we can see actually what's gonna happen. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe the channel, and I see you in the next video.